watching shows I love anymore.
I understand. It's definitely traumatic.
My cousin was
Oh,
by a drug dealer in '85, so.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. It sucks, but life is life. Or life is a life, but anyways.
First, can you spell your last name for me?
Do you want what's on my driver's license?
No, that's
Okay.
That's okay. J-U-I-E.
Yes.
What's a good phone number for you?
Area code. Okay, I'm just gonna go slow.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a scattered brain anyway.
That's fine, and if I have questions,
I might
I'll...
have to say, like, wait, put it here.
Yeah,
no,
just
that's fine.
tell us whatever order you
Okay.
want. If I have questions, I'll ask them at the end. Okay.
Okay, so she was already helped, and I was in in that little alcove up front.
So when you say she, can you describe?
She was a big woman in an orange dress,
Okay.
and her wife was there in all white,
Okay.
and there was another woman standing pretty close to them, and she had a red hoodie on, but she was standing, pretty close.
Okay.
I don't know if she, whatever. The woman in orange was screaming, "I just want my dog." I called yesterday several times and nobody called me back. I called at night, after hours, or in the middle of the night, and nobody answered the phone. You guys are very unprofessional, and I want my dog. Give me my dog. Give me my dog. And Kelsey, who was the supervisor, when I was talking to her, because she asked for a supervisor, and she was yelling at Kelsey, "I'm not going to pay my bill. I don't want the medicine. I want my dog, and I'm going to take my dog to a different vet." And she just kept on screaming and screaming that over and over again. And at that point, myself and some other coworkers moved up against the the window that's right in the alcove, because that's what I was taught, to do. You just walk away, don't get involved. And then the woman in orange and the woman in white, and I didn't see them, but I could hear them, so they were either at the end of the hall or they had moved. She had gone into Pharmacy 1, which is just past it's in the door on the left at that hall. And she was screaming, "I just want my dog." And people were talking. You could tell the difference between employees and clients. So then the woman in white, started screaming, "Just don't talk to her." And the woman was just carrying on. And the wife kept on saying, "Don't talk to her." And you don't talk to her, and you don't talk to them. Just don't talk to one another. And then
And who was saying that?
the woman in white.
Okay.
She's like, "She is my wife, and cool down, calm down. And then the woman in orange was the next thing, because I heard it, I turned, and where the exit is, there, is the table with all the charts on right out there. And then it's raised up like a little type window, even though it's not. She was next to that little window thing on if I'm facing her, she was on my left. And she was still really upset and just talking loud. I don't remember at that point what she was saying, because I was scared, obviously. And then TJ was outside cleaning in front of we scrubbed down the floors, or the cement, and he was scrubbing that, because I always look outside to see if clients come in, and that's what he does, or did. And then he came to this exit door, opened the exit door, and hit the woman in the back of the head, the woman in orange dress. And they both of them got a few hits in, and then he was outside. And at that point, I went back to the window, because I was closer to where she was at the time, and TJ were going, having a physical altercation. It wasn't, it was like kids just hitting each other back and forth. I mean, like the beginning of obviously a fight, but it wasn't violent. It was just, they were exchanging hits or punches. Mm-hmm. And then four of us went back. I went back to the corner, and there were three of us all huddled down. And they were out. The woman in orange and TJ, I guess, were out. I shouldn't say guess. Outside. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you hear she has a gun. And at that point I was calling my husband and my mother and my daughter. But and then we heard the gunshot, and then heard she shot TJ. And then someone was screaming, "Get TJ inside." And they did, and I saw him. He was lying on the floor. They dragged him on the floor in front of, where Dr. Mary Jane's treatment room is, which is all the way down at the end of the hall by the pharmacy door, the last treatment room. And there were a bunch of people, working on him, or, trying to save him. And I looked outside, and the two women were sitting the woman in orange and the woman in white were sitting nonchalantly on the bench, when you see people and they're enjoying the day, taking in the sun. And then I turned back, and they were yelling for towels, and I took my nursing jacket and gave it to them, because the towels weren't coming up fast enough. Mm-hmm. And he was just, his eyes were rolling back, and they were, stay awake, show me those beautiful blue eyes, you have a baby on the way. And then police came in. A policewoman who was African American came in the exit and was helping also. And then the paramedics came in, and 4 people lifted him up by his extremities, and he was put on the stretcher.
Okay.
And I did give to the officers that were here, because I didn't know if you needed it as
So I think we did collect a jacket that was in a grocery bag.
Yes,
Was that
it was a
yours?
black jacket.
I didn't look at the jacket yet, but I do know there was one outside in a grocery bag. Is that?
Yeah, because when I was leaving, I said, "Do you need this?"
Okay. I didn't know who that belonged to, but now I do.
I don't know. You know, it was wet. I mean, when I got it.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna want that bag.
No,
Sure, yeah,
no,
that's-
it
yeah,
was
that's-
wet, but I wasn't, pushing on it to see if it was
Yeah.
sweat or blood, and I was like, this has to be important.
I appreciate that. Well, first of all, I mean, it's a very good description of what happened. I know it's not easy to tell. Just a few questions.
Yes.
Let's talk somewhat more about the altercation when it became physical. At what point did you see it go from being verbal to physical?
When the moment TJ, like I said, I was up front. The moment TJ came in the door, the exit door, and hit her in the back of the head. I don't know. I don't remember if it was
Okay.
open fisted or not.
Who did he hit?
The woman in the orange dress, the one that had escalated
Okay.
very quickly, and then he was in the fighting stance. I should remember from high school, when
Yeah.
people would start to fight, they would do the boxing stance. She got a few hits in. The woman in orange.
And this was after he hit her?
After he hit her.
As far as what transpired outside, were you able to see any of that?
Only after the fact.
Okay.
When
After the shot?
after the fact, and they had brought TJ in. That's
Okay.
when I went.
But the actual shooting outside?
I
you
didn't see it.
Okay.
I didn't. I have a concealed carry. I don't carry here, but I wish I would have. But I'm glad I didn't, because I don't want to take someone's
I understand.
life. But it's still,
I get what you're saying.
because anyone could get a hold of, even if you don't have them, people could go through purses and whatnot. So whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. I do have, and I looked on Facebook.
It's probably not good, but
I typed in.
Huh?
I typed in the name on the chart. I know the chart that we have of the woman, and when I typed her name in, 2 people from Louisville did pop up with the name when I typed her name in, but it was different. It said TEE, and she did. I don't know if it's her, but I did look. And there on November 21st. If it's her, she had another problem with Shively. And I don't know if you want to see that or not.
if you want to show me, that's fine.
But I did type in her name. And
What do you mean by as far as the problem with Shively?
I'll show you. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's in the picture.
That's okay.
She posted on Facebook. This person, I should say, because I don't want to. And other people did look up on Facebook for her, too.
Yeah,
I know
I would
that's-
just be real careful doing that because, and here's why. Because, especially like if her name gets leaked out or something because of her records here. Not,
No, I would, yeah.
well, I'm just saying if somebody else, okay? Because I can't predict how this case is going to play out in court because and I know there's a lot of stuff going around on social media that nobody's arrested and why and et cetera. And
Yeah, WLKY just came through. Why haven't the police given any updates on the shooting at the animal clinic in Shively?
well, and it's really hard for people to understand, but it's, at the end of the day, we want to present the best case possible
Yeah.
in court. And if we release information too soon, then it biases people's opinions and it can negatively affect any case. So
Yeah,
we're very
I
careful
get
with
it.
that. So we have to investigate this and then present it to the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, and then they have to decide how
Yeah.
this case proceeds from there. but what I was getting back to about Facebook and the records here and stuff is that at the end of the day, if for some reason the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office decides that this is self-defense, I can't predict the future. And then this girl's information gets leaked out somewhere, and then she starts getting threats and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then
I get it. Like the woman that they missed.
Yeah, then that could come back negatively on the clinic because her information was here and it's supposed to be confidential, and that's kind of what I'm cautioning against. I would just.
It wasn't just me.
I know. I would probably spread it to your coworkers.
I will. It wasn't just me.
That if her name gets out there and it's because of the records here and the employees, that could probably potentially. Maybe.
Right.
I'm not a lawyer. I don't know for sure, but it could maybe be bad for the clinic. So I would probably.
I understand.
I mean,
I know it's HIPAA, so I don't.
I understand the curiosity behind it, but at the same time, I probably would avoid doing that, and I'd probably pass it along to my coworkers.
I will. I don't want to get in.
And you don't want to get the clinic.
No.
Either. This clinic's been here helping people for years, and we don't want to. We don't want to put the clinic in any kind of liability because at the end of the day, they're responsible for those records.
Right.
And if that, so I'm just thinking from kind of a legal perspective,
I
you might want to.
I get it. I'll tell everyone.
Okay.
I just,
So, like I said, you didn't do anything wrong.
I feel like I did.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you did something wrong. I would just think about that, the ramifications that could come behind that if her information gets leaked out from this place. That would be bad for the clinic.
I myself would never.
Yeah, but
I was in human healthcare. But anyways, I totally understand what you're saying. I hate social media, but I can show you
if you want,
that post because other people were gonna, if they were called, but they weren't here,
Mm-hmm. And to let anybody know that we're doing our best to work through getting talk.
I get it.
We want to talk to everybody,
Yeah,
but it's
I get it. There's so many.
And there's another
witnesses.
detective back at the office right now that's calling people as we sit here. So it's a lot of people to talk to.
Okay. Here, sorry. You can hold it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, you're not in any type of trouble.
If you want to turn it sideways,
You're
can.
fine.
Okay. Do I need to tell you I saw where he was shot too? I forgot. Does it make, well, you guys know.
whatever you wanna
You
tell us,
guys
we're
know
gonna-
he was shot. It was right side flank
Okay.
near the ribs. It was just, when they moved him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that, whatever,
Okay.
is whatever, because people have so many, you know how like people don't share kudos, it's all about the negative.
Trust me, we're in policing. We get it.
Oh,
Trust me,
yeah,
it's
I
all-
can't imagine.
It's always negative.
It's disgusting.
I mean, we're catching some negativity over this because we didn't arrest somebody that night. But at the end of the day, we have to follow the law, and
Oh yeah,
and I can't release information because it would hurt the case, and so we kind of have to just
I
sit
get
on our hands and be quiet and take it. So we get it.
but you get it with every case, I assume.
Yeah. So,
But okay,
but is there anything else you can think to tell me that might be helpful?
hold on. I'm just gonna go through it again in my head.
And if you think of something after we leave here, just feel free to call.
Okay. I remember what shoes you were wearing. I don't know, you already have that. But like weird
Oh, yeah.
stuff you remember.
Yeah, the mind during trauma like that,
It picks up.
It picks up weird stuff. So
I just want to sleep. But anyways, I right now, I can't remember. Do you have a card?
I do. I'll give you my card.
Or anyone?
There you go.
I know Denise was gonna call you.
Have we talked
And
to Denise?
I told her you guys were possibly coming, and she said she would like to talk to you guys.
Okay.
If you know.
Yeah, we want to talk to everybody. Is she here?
Yes.
Okay. You want to talk to Denise while we're here? You might want to get her?
Yeah, I was like, me talk to her?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we can.
No, I'm just. Well, it was nice meeting you guys, but not,
You know,
I wish it could have
yeah.
been on a positive. How about
Yeah.
that?
Oh, that's okay, we get it.
I understand. If you want to have her come in here,
Yeah.
we'll sit and talk to her too.
Okay. Well, I didn't cry. And it's okay if I didn't.
It is.
Now I'm gonna go take my 10 minutes, but I'll go get her.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to do separate? So I'm gonna ask you if you want to do separate.